Well, welcome back to Costa Mesa, everyone. Hope you had a lovely weekend. And we are back on the Vanguard softball field. Justin Bird is with you here on this Monday morning. First pitch is a ball to get this first game of the morning underway as the Orange County Crush take on the Ducktown Quacks. The Crush in the black, the Quacks in the white. And that is ball two from Maria Zapata, the starter for the Crush. She's throwing to Saskia Robb. First base held down by Kayla McGee. Second base is going to be Andrea Garcia. Riley Reeves at short, swinging a foul. Makes it 2-1. Tiana Johnson at third. Macy Fuller starts in left. Alyssa Defleson in center. And Avery Cordell in right. It is going to be Alessandra Clenzo, followed by Alyssa Donovan, then Grace Diaz to lead off for the Quacks here in the top of the first. Then Kate Hardy, Presley Lawton, Rain Althouse, Reagan Johnson, and Savannah Mitchell. That is a third ball. 3-1 to Colenso leading off, the center fielder. Out of the University of Laverne, Maria Zapata's next pitch is fouled at the plate. Zapata more recently arrived. This is her fourth game played and her fourth start. In 10 innings, 0-1, 27 hits, 20 runs, 16 earned. 6 walks to 2 strikeouts. That is walk number 7 in her short summer season so far out of Long Beach City College. And it is a leadoff runner aboard for the Quacks. Of course, some of her stats a little incomplete. She's thrown for a couple other teams. And that is hit right back up the middle. A base hit. Colenso in safely at second. So that is 2 on with nobody out. 1 hit in the game now for the Quacks. That's a ball to Grace Diaz. So Donovan, the starting catcher, gets a knock. So a walk and a single. Diaz, the right fielder, to start off for the Quacks, who are only batting 8. That's all they got. So they'll potentially be borrowing someone later in the game. That's going to be up and away for a foul. A ball and a strike. Zapata throwing when a couple other teams ran out of arms, so her across the league stats will be a little incomplete with just the Crush stats. That's a throw back to the pitcher. Rob getting the start at catcher. She, best of my knowledge, has not played behind the plate so far in this summer tournament. Mostly working in the outfield, but the Crush now have a second pitcher. Defleson getting time at center, which has been mostly where she's played at UC Davis. That's a ball. 3-1. So she's in center field and is creeping well forward towards second. And that is hit right back up the middle. It's going to be under the glove of the diving Garcia. Throw coming in from Defleson, and tag out at the plate is Colenso. Defleson brought it right into the glove of Robb, who had it off her left knee. It one hopped in, tag applied, 1 out, but it's a second single in a row for the Quacks. Foul ball makes it 0-1 to Kate Hardy, the shortstop. Hardy batting the cleanup role with 2 on and 1 away. Defleson getting the outfield assist. Fantastic throw to the plate. That's a little off for a ball. 1-1. No score here, top of the first. It's 2:15 the right field line, 2:18 to the left field line, and all 3 outfielders are shorter than mid-distance. Another grounder into center field. Defleson is going to pop up and run into the infield as Donovan sticks her foot on third and stays there. But 3 hits in a row off Zapata have loaded the bases, but there's still 1 out. 4 hits in a row for the Quacks and a walk. Everyone has reached base. Presley Lawton stands in, takes a low pitch for ball 1. The 5th hitter. So 3 singles in a row and a walk. Lawton takes a strike. Top right part of the zone. The 5th hitter to the plate here at the top of the 1st. Lawton comes set, swings, left side, Reeves was in, and it's going to roll into left field. 1 is in, they're going to send Diaz home, and the Quacks have taken a 2-0 lead. So that will bring up Rain Althouse. That's blown away for a ball. Doing the stats and the stream today. Broadcasting you here from Costa Mesa, California on a clear sunny day. So if I take a pause, it's so I make sure everything gets into Game Changer, okay? Lawton picks up her 9th hit and her 4th and 5th RBI as Althouse infield fly. McGee wants it and holds on for out number 2. Brings up Reagan Johnson. 2 on, 2 in, 2 out. Top 1. And a pitch from Zapata. Johnson checks swing, rolls it to first, and McGee is basically standing on the bag once she gathers it. And that will retire the side, so 2 left on base. After 3 hits and a walk, it's 2-0 Quacks as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Savannah Mitchell will be getting the start for Ducktown in the circle. And looks like Tara Skinner is not here today, so I think she will be the only pitcher on staff here for the Quacks today. Unless they borrow Deflison or something like that. And they're also going to borrow Emma Foster, who is standing over at first base. Again, the Quacks have only 8 players today. Alyssa Donovan standing behind the plate in a crouch with the starting second baseman being Reagan Johnson, Rain Althouse at third, and Kate Hardy at short. Presley Lawton, Alessandra Colenso, and Grace Diaz make up the outfielders left, center to right. The batting order for the Crush: Macy Fuller leading off, followed by Saskia Robb. Avery Cordell moves up into the 3 spot. Deflison to the cleanup role. Riley Reeves bats 5th. Tiana Johnson 6th. Emma Foster in the 7th spot. Kayla McGee batting 8th. Andrea Garcia 9th. Juliet Verdugo 10th. And Maria Zapata is scheduled 11th, but we'll see if she hits in this Crush lineup. Crush as a team hitting .349 on the summer season, 95 hits and 272 total at-bats. 74 singles, 14 doubles, 7 triples, and 51 runs driven in. No home runs, only the West Coast Wild have left the yard completely. And Macy Fuller will lead it off. Lefty on lefty, and the left side of the infield is ready for Fuller as that's outside for a ball. Fuller known for challenging the left side of grounders as she holds the bat. As she runs forward, bunts it straight back for a foul. Forsberg and company running the ship where she attended high school at Huntington Beach High School. And went on to Cal State San Marcos. As Fuller comes set, 1-1. There it is. Left side, Hardy's ready. Althouse made the dive, came up empty. Foster makes the catch, but it is not in time. Fuller speeds through the bag with an infield hit. Althouse almost came up with it on the dive, but either way, Fuller rocketed down the line, in there safely. Bringing up Saskia Robb. The catcher looks at a ball. To left center field. Lawton's going to chase it to the fence. And Fuller's around second. She's going to be waved around third. Robb stands into second safely. The throw is going to be held, and it's 2-1. RBI double for Saskia Robb. Robb with the double. That's a strike. 0-1 at the plate. End of the day, leading the team at a .583 average. That's her first double and her 7th RBI of the campaign. Avery Cordell takes a ball. Donovan tried to bring it back over the plate. The umpire's not buying it. It is 1-1. No outs here. Bottom of the first. The lead was 2. Now it is 1. And Cordell has a chance to tie it. That one's deep to center field. There's no wind, and it is gone! Dead center shot, Avery Cordell. .216, .220. Just a couple feet beyond the fence, it plops down, and the Crush have their first home run of this summer season. Cordell has at least one of every hit, and she now jumps into the RBI lead of this Golden Bay Collegiate League with 12 runs batted in. West Coast Wild entering the day were the only ones with home runs. They had 4, and the Crush now have 1, and they take the lead. It is 3-2. Alyssa Deffelson will be the hitter. One and 0. Never lefty on lefty. Poke back to center. Deffelson makes it 4 hits and 4 batters for the Wild. Collegiate teammate Riley Reeves then will be the hitter. First pitch, Deffelson goes, and the throw down to second is not in time. Strike at the plate. But one of the best base stealers in the Big West comes up with a swipe here to earn stolen base number 4 in 4 tries. Reeves turns on one, but lines it straight foul.
Go Riley.
0-2 to the shortstop. The windup, Mitchell, off speed, pop fly right field, falling, fair, and it's a single down the line, and no one could get to it. One of those little triangles of the field where Diaz, Johnson, nor Foster could run over and find it in time before it fell fair. Deffelson goes to third. One hit to left field, deep, gone! Forget about it for Tiana Johnson. Unloads and the Crush have 2 homers in the bottom of the first and extend their lead. Make it 6-0, 6-2 as Johnson clears the fence. The wind not really blowing in from center field in the morning like it normally does. And the ball happy to get up in the air and get out here on this Monday morning. 6 up, 6 hits, 6 in for the Crush. You now see Emma Foster come to the plate. First pitch, a low and away ball to Foster. Johnson, that is her 5th hit of the summer, her 2nd extra base hit, and she now has 5 RBI after ending the day with 2. That was a dribble to the right side. Reagan Johnson, glove flip to Cordell is out, number 1. Challenging play as that was a low roller. And Foster has some speed over there. And almost beat it out because the way it was moving towards first, Cordell couldn't go get it herself. I thought Johnson might try the glove flip instead. Almost a handoff for out number 1. Mitchell must feel good about that. Kayla McGee with a foul. Want to give a shout out to her mom. Hope Iowa's not too hot and humid on this Monday. So that's outside and away for a ball. 1-1. Just so you know, it sounds like Kayla's having a great time out from Iowa here in California. That's ball 2. Skimming into the catcher, Donovan. Sounds like all these players, now what are you doing the rest of the day? We're going to the beach. As they should be spending their summer. 2-1. Inside, McGee backs away. It's 3-1. Six in, 1 out. McGee swings and thought it was a fastball. Instead, Mitchell yanks it back with the changeup, full count. To left field, flying, but it holds up a little too much, and that is caught by the left fielder Watton for out number 2. Andrea Garcia with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Looks at the ball high and outside. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. 25 pitches for Savannah Mitchell here in the bottom of the first. Garcia fouls it straight down and then off to the left side. A ball and 2 strikes. And did she check her swing? Yes, she did, just in time. So that was down on the other side of the plate. Makes the count 2-2. Mitchell on her way. Hit Hardy off the hop. Fro is right to the glove to retire the side. No one left on base. But the first 6 batters all get a hit. 2 home runs, a double have made it 6-2 as we head to the top of the second. First pitch to Savannah Mitchell. As Mariah Zapata goes from down to ahead here in the top of the second. Next one low. 2-0. Mitchell waiting and looks at ball 3. Northeast Mississippi Community College, a save 0-3 and a 4.50 ERA for Mitchell. Looks as a strike on the inner half. Next one, that's a strike. So full count here to Mitchell. And it's grounder right side. McGee off her chest and then bounces forward. Flip to second is in time. And by second, I mean Andrea Garcia, who runs over and helps out her infield compadre. As that hit right off McGee, hard off her chest, and then awkwardly fell in front of her. And that is out number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Alessandra Clenzo, first pitch, grounder, Garcia, and it is just in time. Two up, two down for Zapata. That was kind of a slap hit style, holding the bat out, but hit right to the crushed second baseman. Alyssa Donovan stands in. Check swing and a ball. 27 games in 2024, starting in 16 hits and 2 RBI. In 2025, that's a low ball, 2-0. A hit in 12 at-bats with a run scored, came against Jessup on April the 15th. For the Tracy native. Holds back, it's 3-0. Zapata, chopper, past her. Donovan's on the move, but the throw from Garcia is in time. And that will retire the side. And it will take us to the bottom half of the inning with the score 6-2. Juliet Verdugo, and then Mariah Zapata. And back to the top of the order for the Crush, who leads 6-2 here, bottom two. Verdugo wakes on the first pitch from Savannah Mitchell, outside strike. And if you were trying to follow live on the live stats, the iPad has overheated, so keeping track of it, and we'll add it in after the fact. Swing and a foul makes it 0-2. Verdugo entering this one 0-67, one hit and 15 at bats. It was a single, but she's down here 0-2. Mitchell delivers high for a ball. One and two. Couldn't tempt Verdugo with the outside pitch. Swings, pops it up. Johnson getting called off by Diaz. Out number one. First pitch ball to Zapata. No plate appearances. That's a strike, top right part of the zone. 1-1 at Long Beach Community College. Getting a chance to hit here in the Summer League. And why not? A couple teams able to battle 11 or more players throughout this season so far. Swing and a good foul. But it is foul, so it's 1-2. But an aggressive high swing. One out here, bottom two. Top of the order is next. And that's to the right side. Johnson, good glove. Flip for out number two. McGee staying at first, offering her services to the Quacks. Johnson flipped it to her. Two up, two on for Mitchell. Brings up Macy Fuller. Fuller 1 for 1. Cal State San Marcos player takes a strike. Seven runs scored in 26 games for Macy, and hits that one foul. Left side 0-2. Oh for 1 for San Marcos, but team ended up doing well. Third at the Tournament of Champions, and 1-2 versus Western Washington in the NCAA 2 regional, Division 2 regional for the Cougars. That's a foul away to the left side. So Fuller will be looking for her first collegiate hit in the spring 2026 season. Pokes it to Althouse. Throw is just in time. Good split shown by McGee to hold on to the base and retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the third. Coming up next, the score remains 6-2. Emma Foster moves over to second for the Crush, as the Quacks will start with Grace Diaz, Kate Hardy, and then Presley Lawton here in the top of the third. College of the Canyons player, 31 hits, a double, 21 runs driven in, hitting .290 in 39 games, and clobbers the first pitch, but it is foul. 0-1. High of 3 hits for San Bernardino Valley on February the 20th, and had a season-high 3 RBI February 22 at Riverside Community College. That's low and away for a ball, 1-1. Well, after both sides putting up plenty of hits in the first inning, things have slowed down a bit, and that's a high ball, 2-1. No hits in the second per side. So let's see what the third brings. 2-1, Diaz comes set, as does Zapata, and hits it past the dive of Riley Reeves. And this is rolling towards the fence. Fullers can't catch up to it, and Diaz is on her horse. She's to second, turns and looks, and will hold at second for a double. Her first extra base hit of the summer, and that one just kept rolling on the deck. Reeves laid out for it, couldn't snag it in the glove on her left hand, and Fuller thought she had the right angle, and it took a weird hop and just kept on going. First pitch, Hardy takes a strike looking, 0-1. Of Alexandria, Virginia, and West Potomac High School. Looks at a ball, fastball from Zapata, 1-1. 2 hits at Austin, PA, probably saying that wrong, P-E-A-Y, on March the 8th, and 2 RBI was a season high. That was at home on May the 2nd against UMBC. That's a foul, 1-2. Hitting .205 for UMass Lowell. 16 hits and 78 ABs, 9 runs scored, 3 doubles, 7 runs driven in, 18 walks to 20 strikeouts. 2 for 2 stealing bases was Hardy. Yeah, that was close to the outer edge, but Hardy lays off, and it's 2-2. Diaz with the leadoff double. 6-2, top 3. And the pitch, similar from Zapata, but it is called outside again, so it is full, 3-2. Hardy with 3 RBI of this on this summer. We'll take a walk. Second walk by Zapata, who started the game with a walk to Colenso. Brings up Presley Lawton. The Oregon Duck looks at the first pitch, skipping in for ball 1. That's 4 in a row from Zapata. Lawton hitting .320 this summer. 7 singles, 1 triple. Has driven in 3 entering the day. Yeah, it's a ball, gets away. The runners advance to second and third. 2-0. Diaz at third. Hardy to second. Lawton up to a team tying 5 RBI. A little high for this Quack side. That's a foul tip to the screen, 2-1. With that RBI single back in the first to put Ducktown on the board. Zapata kicks, deals high. 2-2. outs here in the top of the third. Lawton swings, that's foul territory. Fuller running, won't dive, and watches it bounce into the bullpen down the line. Do it again at 2-2. 9 runs scored in 25 games. No hits and 2 ABs for Lawton as a freshman up in Eugene. And the next one comes in, grounder foul. Zapata gets a new ball, rubs it on the right hit. Gives a shake. Now comes ready. Next 2-2. Lawton, another foul. 3 fouls in a row. And she's seen 7 pitches in this AB. The 8th pitch from Zapata coming up next. Zapata in the motion. Delivers a ball. And a walk will load up the bases. Rain Althouse. A chance to do some damage here. 2 hits. 2 singles and a triple and 29 ABs, and launches out to center field. Deflesing going back, makes the catch over his shoulder, throws into Reeves. The RBI on the sac fly for Althouse, mid 6-3. Six, 3, 1 out. Reagan Johnson with a ground out, her first time to the plate. Takes strike 1 looking. Johnson, after a couple of season-ending injuries, finally back on the mend, looking to return to a comfortable softball rhythm for the Utah native. That's a ball low. 1-1. 1 out, 1 in here, top 3. Cuts it to a 3-run game. The delivery from Zapata. Johnson takes strike on the inner half. 1-2. Ball skips in. Good job by the catcher. As Verdugo had it thump off her chest, and she scrambled after it and kept both Quacks on their respective bases. Hardy at second, Lawton at first. That's a ball on the outside. Fastball missed to make it a full count. Johnson with the sunglasses on. Her and McGee doing that. Reeves has them on her hat, and that's hit towards Reeves. Bounces. Reeves backpedals, throws to McGee in time. That's out number 2, but the runners advance. Johnson, though, 0 for 2. Savannah Mitchell, in 9 at-bats, had 4 hits for Northeast Mississippi Community. 2 doubles, 2 RBI, all versus Coahoma on March the 8th. That's a ball. 1-0 to Mitchell, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Umpire needs to see home plate, pulls out the brush, cleans it away. Righty-lefty matchup. Mitchell rolling in for ball 2 is Zapata. Base open at first. Colenso on deck. The delivery. And Mitchell yanks it foul. On the right side. One of her doubles, if she could find that, would make it a 1-run game. The windup, and that is hit to center, but it's holding out for Deffelson, and that will retire the side and leave 2 runners on base, but it's 6-3 as we head to the middle part and then the bottom half of the third. Slight shift around the infield here for the Quacks. Kate Hardy goes from short to third. Reagan Johnson second to short, and Ray Althouse third to first. Leaves second base open, and Andrea Garcia will get some extra reps in there for the crush. And they will have the 2, 3, 4 spots due up here in the bottom of the third. Rob Cordell Deffelson. First pitch, and Rob tattoos it to center field, deep to the track. It runs hops to the fence, and Rob around second, heading to third. The throw, not in time. She's in there safely with a lead-off triple. Just kept the hand on the bag. Did Rob. Who has a double and a triple. That's her third triple of this summer, and she has 1 double. The freshman last year of Livermore, California, hit 143 of the University of Nevada, Reno. 2 hits and 14 at-bats. First hits coming at Boise State. One of them being an RBI single. Cordell with the home run, her first time up, extends a swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2. Takes her into first place in the league with runs batted in, and tied Savannah Gatewood of the Salty Waves with 10 entering the day. Now has 12. High and away for a ball. She won't bite on the pitch from Mitchell on the lefty-lefty matchup. The ever is that one just misses somehow on the outer half. 2-2. The ever UN Reno player hit 250, 7 hits, and 28 at-bats. Lifts it to left field. It's dropping, and tagging is Rob. The throw coming in. Great throw. Tag is in time. Diaz guns her down, running home. And a flyout turns into a double play as Donovan didn't have to do much, caught it in the mid and just kind of left it hanging out there and tagged Rob sliding in. And from a runner on third and scoring position, there's now 2 outs. Defleson to second, first pitch, and just beats it out. Defleson goes 2 for 2 now with 2 singles. Had a season high of 3 hits 3 times at Defleson, and her teammate Riley Reeves takes a ball. Reeves had her first career hit at home against Boise State on February the 9th. First RBI for Stanford on 2/14. And there goes Defleson. That's a quicker throw, but not an accurate throw. And Defleson, 2 hits and 2 stolen bases here on this Monday morning. Reeves, 3 hits games. First Portland State on February 15th, and then Colorado State on the 22nd. High for ball 2.
Go get it.
Actually, that's ball 3. 3-0. 2 RBIs in a game twice for Portland State and UCR. That was a home run, and she takes a walk. Tiana Johnson at Chico State. 3 RBI was a home run against Biola on February the 1st. That's a strike down the middle. 0-1. So the crush with both UC Davis Aggies aboard. And Johnson, trickler left side, and it's foul as it gets to Hardy on the other side of the base. 0-2. That was the only hit of the year for Johnson, who hit her first home run of this tournament last time up. Delivery, and that one's deep. Left field, could have her second. Thea! Both to left field, and Johnson tags on 3 to put the crush up again by 3. 9-3 here, bottom 3. Well, looks like the Crush got their rest over the weekend, and I think the Folklore, you could say, they had their Wheaties for breakfast. I don't know if that's quite the breakfast of champions anymore with all these sports nutrition that science has done over the past few years. That's low and away for ball to Foster. 1-0. Hit a ground out her first time up. But Johnson and Cordell, and that's a strike for Foster. 1-1. Have now hit 3 home runs over 3 innings. Johnson 2 for 2 with 2 taters to make it 9-3. Foster swings, grounder, Hardy. In time, Foster 0 for 2 so far with 2 ground outs. But that will retire the side after a 3-spot. Both UC Davis players on. Johnson brings them home. 9-3 as we head to the 4th. Top of the order for the Quacks. Zapata back with multi-run lead that went from 4 down to 3, now up to 6. That one's a strike, top part of the zone for Colenso. 1-1, 2 doubles on April the 11th versus Academy of Art. Her main multi-hit game for Laverne. That's inside for a ball, 2-1. And 2 RBI versus Stanislaus State on the 2nd. Her single game high. Drove in 6. Did the Reedley, California native. In 2025, batting .286. That's ball 3. Took 5 walks for Laverne. Now has a 3-1 count. Walker first time out, leaves her 0 for 1 with a ground out. Sister Carly stopping by a couple times, a Vanguard alumnus, and hits that one foul. Johnson put up a hop to try and snag it, but it was still over her jump. And fell on the wrong side of the line. Full count. Delivery, a walk. So Colenso on base with a walk for his 2nd time. Still 0 for 1. Melissa Donovan 1 for 2 with a single. Entered the day hitting .269, 7 singles, 5 runs batted in. And lifts that one to left field. Robb has moved out there, and she's got it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and a runner on. Grace Diaz entered the day batting .345. Picking up her 11th and 12th hit. Swain's first pitch, pops it up. Zapata in the circle. Didn't have to move much. That's 2 pitches and 2 outs for Zapata. Diaz 2 for 2 until that point. Picking up hits 11 and 12, 11th single on her first extra base hit, her first double of the campaign. Kate Hardy swings at the first pitch. That's going to get down, but Foster's right there to flip it to second in time. To retire with a side, 5th runner left on base. Hardy entered the day hitting .333, 7 hits, 7 singles, and a double, giving her 8 in total. And she picked up her 8th single in the first, but that will do it. And we head to the bottom of the 4th, 9-3. Caleb McGee, again saying hi to Mom Amy at home, takes a strike. And swings on the next one, and it's foul. 0-2 to McGee. Play here now in the bottom of the fourth. That's a ball. 2-1. No stats in one game played for the freshman of Southeast Polk High School. A ball outside. Works it back to a 2-2 count, does the lefty hitter. First baseman and catcher for the Crush, Riley Reeves, offering her services over at second for the Quacks. McGee swings, that's high in the sky, and Reeves wants it. And makes the catch for out number 1. Andrea Garcia, 0 for 1 with a ground out. Mitchell brings it home. Hit left side, Johnson playing it short. And a clean transfer makes it 2 up and 2 down. Juliet Verdugo with a fly out her first time up. That going to right field. iPad cooled off, so between innings, we got to try and catch the live stats up on Game Changer if you're following that at home. That's the SID at Vanguard. I'm used to doing multiple things at once, so trying to keep us all in the loop. That's right back up the middle off the glove of Mitchell and a single for Verdugo. And Juliet picks up her second single of the game, bringing Zapata to the plate, 0 for 1 with a ground out. Pitcher, first offering, hits it back to the screen, 0-1. (9-3) here, bottom of the fourth. Runner on base for the Crush. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Wind up. Delivery. Fouled it. Oh, 2. Runner at first. Mitchell delivers. Skips in. A ball and 2 strikes. It's been the top of the lineup delivering here for the Crush. The bottom 4 before that hit by Verdugo had yet to produce one, as that's another foul. Chunked by Zapata to the left side. 5 pitches now seen by Zapata, who's still alive. The windup, delivery, inside, can't find the corner for Mitchell. 2-2. Bouncer, backed up the middle, and Johnson fields it and goes to the bag herself to retire the side. And so that will strand the first runner on base for the Crush, who take their lead into the 5th. Presley Lawton leading off. And with a 1-0 count, a nubber over to the right side. And that will be held by McGee as it hit the dirt and kicked back away from the line. McGee was set up to catch it squarely. And then it went back the other way. But she was able to spring, glove it, and step on the base before Lawton got there. And Lawton now with a 2 RBI single, a walk, and a ground out to first. Althouse takes strike one. Rain with a pop out and a sac fly. Her last time up, making her 0 for 1. That's a ball. 1-1. Next one on its way. That's another ball hitting off the gear there. 2 balls and a strike here, top 5. Wind up in the infield. Reeves wants it. Garcia lost it. The first error of the game puts a runner on base. That was to the right side of the infield. Reeves was calling for it the whole way. Garcia, I think, was going to let her have it, but then Reeves stumbled on second as she was moving over. So then Garcia reached up and I think felt the pressure of Reeves charging in and got a little conscious of spatial awareness and dropped it. Ball 1 to Reagan Johnson. 0 for 2 so far on the day. Takes a strike. 1-1. Johnson entered the day hitting 167, 3 singles and a double in 24 at-bats. But again, kind of restarting her softball career. That's low for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. And another strike on the inner edge for Zapata. 2-2. We'll have the Wild and the Salty Waves, the top 2 teams in the standings at the 1 p.m. So that's a swing and a miss. And Zapata has her first strikeout. 2 gone. Mitchell, ground out, line out, 0 for 2. Althouse over at first. Mitchell popped up. And Reeves wants it, yelling loudly, and this time she will get it for out number 3. 6 runners left on base for the Quacks as we head to the bottom half. First pitch, Foster left side. Johnson, throw is not going to be in time. E6 starts the bottom of the fifth. Each side now with an error. Foster aboard for the first time with a pair of ground outs. Or excuse me, that's Fuller, and that's a foul for Rob. Foul. Saskia double and a triple so far today. Hits it right back up the middle. Mitchell goes to second, and that's the only out. So Rob with a fielder's choice. One out. One six goes the out. Avery Cordell with a home run and a flyout. 1 for 2. With a runner on first. Wind up. Cordell takes a strike. Down Broadway. Clobbered her home run to center. Back in the first. 9-3 bottom 5. Cordell looks at a ball tailing off the plate to the left. 1-1. Coming up on an hour 15 in this game. Delivery. High for a ball. 2-1. Next offering, Cordell, and it's under the knees. So after taking the first strike, Cordell has not swung the bat, and she's ahead 3-1. Sun beating down here on the softball field. A warm one in Costa Mesa. Cordell with a foul makes it full. Popped up, left field. Clenzo going back, waiting for it, and squeezes it for out number 2. Melissa Deffelson 2 for 2 on the Big West all-freshman team. Top 5 stealing bases and triples in the Big West. For the outfielder, who, until Zabata showed up, was the only pitcher for this Crush side. And it's 2 for 2. Today with 2 singles, 2 stolen bases, and looks at ball 1. Rob at first after the fielder's choice. 2 outs. Deffelson right side. Emma Foster, teammate, will retire the side with a 4-3 action, but no runs and a runner left on base. The second left on base by the Crush, who lead 9-3 as we head to the top of the 6th. Well, they only have 1 pitcher, which should have been the sign, but we are going to call it done. So the Crush win 9-3. And they leave 2 runners on base, 6 left by the Quacks. Who had 5 hits in the game to score those 3 runs. 10 hits for the Quacks, scored them 9 runs. Each team had an error in a ball game of 1 hour 17 minutes. 2 walks and a ground out for Colenzo, 0 for 1, a single, Ground out fly out for Donovan, 1 for 3. 2 for 3 was Diaz with a single double and a pop out. Single walk ground out for Hardy, 1 for 2. 2 RBI single, a walk and a ground out for Lawton, 1 for 2. 0 for 2 was Althouse while reaching on an error. 0 for 3 Johnson and Mitchell. Mitchell, who will take the loss, did not get a strikeout, and only had 1 walk. Macy Fuller single, reach on air and a ground out, 1 for 2. Double with an RBI for Rob and a triple and a fielder's choice, 2 for 2. Home run and 2 flyouts for Cordell with 2 RBI, 1 for 3. Deffelson, 2 singles, 2 stolen bases and a ground out, 2 for 3. Walk and single for Reeves, 1 for 1. Tiana Johnson, the offensive, and we'll call her the player of the game with 2 home runs, 2 for 2. Couple ground outs for Emma Foster, 0 for 2. Fly out, pop out for Kayla McGee, 0 for 2. 2 ground outs for Garcia, 0 for 2. Single and a fly out for Juliet Verdugo, 1 for 2. And Ray Zapata picks up the win. Got a strikeout, issued 2 walks, and was 0 for 2 from the plate. So that will do it here from Costa Mesa. We'll be back at 1 p.m. for the Wild and the Salty Waves. Justin Bird is saying thanks so much for watching here on a Monday morning. We'll see you in a little bit, or we'll see you tomorrow for more Crush against Ducktown.